Yeongjangbyeong. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Follow the Imprints. We are Sudeshna and Ranjit, and today is another full day in Seoul, the Seoul city of South Korea. So we are back in Seoul. So yesterday we actually checked out from our stay in Busan and took the train to come here in Seoul, and we have checked in at Hotel Prince right at Myeongdong, and the location is perfect because we just need to cross the street to go inside Myeongdong.
Let's go back to yesterday and show you the room.
Welcome to another room tour where we are going to stay for 5 nights in Seoul. So this is once we enter. On our right we have cupboard. It's a huge storage, and they have given us slippers. Here are some luggage storage units where we've kept our bags. And on this side we have this washroom which looks pretty clean and luxurious, along with Japanese bidet.
So this bidet actually has cleaning function. I guess this is warm. What's that?
So this is for your rear, this is for your front, and this is for the air. And now I have to Google Translate to understand everything. So coming on this side, LG TV. Fun fact, LG is from Korea, South Korea. And here we have a mirror again. Here's some cups and headwear, amenities. Twin beds because this is what we got at the last moment, and
Coffee table.
one coffee table, and a view of Myeongdong.
So price for this hotel for 5 nights is $790 US dollars. Why we booked this much expensive? Because although we are in budget, because in Seoul I found out that all the budget hotels and the mid-range hotels, they are not that clean. So I am not risking for 5 nights in Seoul. In Japan I didn't have that issue. Most of the budget hotels, they were clean. Here I found that's not clean. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I went to the wrong hotels. Anyway, so that's that. Right now we are in Hotel Prince.
And also they have given us some cosmetics like welcome gift. So
Let's
this
see.
kit includes cleansing oil, facial cleanser, some toner, cream, and some types of cream.
Now you have already seen the room and the price. Let's go take the metro and go to Gyeongbokgung Palace. What is that?
Gyeongbokgung.
Yeah, we are butchering the name.
We'll
Actually,
try.
we'll try again. Let's go. First we'll go to Changwon. We'll take line number 3. Metro, when you exit, you'll exit by door number 4. That's door number 4. I guess that's the entrance. So this is general information, 9 to 6:30. Let's go. Not sure what it is. Maybe someone writes their wishes and put it in this. Let us know if you know.
In 30 degrees in this scorching heat, we came to Gyeongbokgung Palace. Just we missed to check on Google that on Tuesdays it's closed. So right now we are going to our next stop, but we will definitely be back again to see the palace in some other days in this week. So let's future us, take you inside the palace now. Hello from the future. You know the things you have to do to clear up the mess of your past selves? We are doing that right now. So we are back at the Gyeongbokgung Palace to show you and ourselves the largest of the 5 grand palaces of the Joseon dynasty, and another palace out of these 5 grand palaces we will be visiting later in this video. As you know from our mistakes, that's Tuesday, this palace is closed. So check Google and the timings before coming here, and the entry fee is 3,000 won per adult.
And right now it's something might be happening because there's so many people surrounded in this particular area.
And everybody is standing, and we also just standing not knowing what is, but I think something is going to happen. Let's see.
There might be a guard change or something.
It's not Buckingham Palace, it's Gyeongbokgung Palace.
Anyway, this is a palace, right? They're supposed to be guard and they're supposed to be changed. So let's see what.
Okay, my bad. He was right for a change. That there is a changing of guards happening every day except Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So we were fortunate that we just came like 10 minutes before 10 o'clock. So let's see the changing of guard ceremony.
and show you as well. So unlike Buckingham Palace, this changing of guards is just a reenactment from 15th century.
Yeah, so the paid actors, they are also wearing the 15th century dresses, but if you want to see the actual changing of guards in real life at this point, like in Buckingham Palace, we have an entire UK playlist, so, smooth plug in. The link will be here.
And if you want to watch only that guard changing, there is no ticket for that. If you want to go inside the palace, the ticket is 3,000, one per adult.
So now we are entering the palace, and if you are wearing hanbok, which is the Korean traditional dress, both men and women have dresses, the entry is free. So this Gyeongbokgung Palace, also known as Gyeongbokgung, was built in the year of 1395 and was the main royal palace of the Joseon dynasty. Out of the 5 grand palaces, this was the home of the royal family and was also served as the seat of the government. This palace, along with all the 5 palaces of the Joseon dynasty, was actually destroyed by the Japanese invasion in 1592, and it was left in ruins for many years, only to be restored 270 years later after the war.
So this is the place they used to live. It's so surreal.
Yeah, just imagine living in this grand palace. Also, I have read on Google that there are many famous K-dramas that have been shot here, and BTS is the only K-pop band in history that have performed in front of the main gate of this palace. This palace is so huge that we actually found a square all to ourselves. So now, enough of us, let's go to our past selves and continue with the video. Bye!
So our next stop is Gwangnam Square. Gwangnam Square. Again, I'm butchering this. So historic relics discovered during construction of new Gwangnam Square. It's that. Let's show you.
To expand the Gwanghwamun Square, they were excavating the roads to make it a new Gwanghwamun Square. And while doing that, they found out this historical relics, which kind of looking like some drainage system, like in the old days. So now that you have already seen the inside of Gyeongbokgung Palace, which past us are yet to see, once you cross the road, we have this enormous, huge 555 meter square called the
Gwangamumum.
We have the Gwanghwamun Square, which is serving as a public space for centuries of Korean history, and we have 2 giant statues of 2 famous Korean men here, King Sejong and his admiral Lee Sun-shin.
This is the sundial right now. It's 10:14. It's too hot now. Let's have a quick break and then we'll go. So there are thousands of fountains in this Gwanghwamun Square. Sunny and hot day, you can come
And play with the water.
play with the water. Let's go.
So here is a huge statue of Admiral Lee Sun Sin, and all his dialogues, whatever he told to his king and his followers during the battles, are depicted here in this stone. So this is actually a historical walk here to know more about Korean history.
So that's M Theatre. Right now, Benjamin Button it's showing. And that is Grand Theatre. Not sure what is happening in there.
This is actually a huge museum telling the stories of King Sejong and his Admiral Lee Sun Sin.
K-Food Festival going on in this Gangomam Square. And I guess that's sponsored by Coca-Cola. Different types of Coca-Cola. Lemon flavor, cherry flavor, obviously Coke Zero, original. We'll be trying their vending machine for the first time, and we're
taking this new one called Coke Zero Sugar Lemon Flavor. It's a new one launching here maybe. So let me try. It's 2000 won.
now taste Mari. Wow. Take two.
Wow, this is good. Like normal Coke Zero, but it's refreshing. I'm not getting any hint of lemon much, but it's actually very refreshing, and especially in 30 degrees today. Give me anything cold, I will drink it. So this is the decoration for K-Food Festival 2024, which is happening tomorrow, June 12th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So we might come back tomorrow to have a taste of Korea.
So our next stop is Bongkong Bukchon Hanok Village. So from here, Gangomam Square, we'll take number 11 bus. That will directly take us to there. 1200 won, only 4 stop.
So this is a Bokjang well, known for its freshness and purity. During the Joseon dynasty, all the royal palaces were supplied water from this well because it was so fresh. And here we go, climbing stairs.
There, a beautiful view from the village, and that's her up the hill. Don't want her to walk. Jack and Jill.
When coming to Seoul, keep in mind, Seoul can hurt your soul.
So same as Kyoto Jeon Village, you need to keep your voices down. So right now, shopping is going on for the hat in this scorching heat.
So I'm finding my sorting hat. I just bought this hat from this Hanok village. It was 10,000 won, and this is actually a pretty good sun hat. It comes with a strap, so hopefully when I will go to safari, it will come handy there. So right now we are at Bukchon Hanok village, known for its traditional Korean style houses, which are known as Hanok, hence the name. This currently is a famous tourist spot in Seoul because of the hundreds of traditional Korean houses which are beautifully restored, and it's surrounded by the Gyeongbokgung Palace and the Changdeokgung Palace. This Bukchon Hanok village is actually a cultural immersive experience once you come here, but it's currently a tourist hotspot at this point. So there are numerous cafes which have been built up with this Hanok style architecture. You can definitely come and stroll this 2.3 miles loop, a 1 hour walk for you. And just like Gyeongbokgung Palace, you can also rent the Korean traditional dress known as hanboks from different stores here in the Hanbok villages, Hanok village. This Hanok and hanbok are so tongue twisted for me. The picture comes out beautifully when you place yourself in the backdrop of this Hanoks. Hanok though.
Hanok.
If you want, you can definitely try it out, but the material is kind of georgette. You will feel hot in this 30 degrees temperature, so keep in mind.
So they are making new Hanoks as cafes or something with the same architecture as the old Hanok to maintain the vibe. This is one of the example, the old style with a new store. Michelin restaurant was little out of budget for us because one soup was 19,000, one fried chicken was 24,000, and a green tea was 6,000. So it was not in our budget because we are traveling in a $100 budget, although we are already crossing that $100 budget in every country. Japan, we spent $156 per day. If you haven't watched our Japan series, the link will be coming up there, down there in the description. And in this particular Korean series as well, we are spending so much on hotels because we haven't found a good budget hotel with a clean bathrooms. So that's the reason. This is also expensive trip
So
already.
maybe like Japan and Korea is going a bit out of our budget.
We'll
But
figure out in Southeast Asia.
yeah, Southeast Asia hopefully will save us.
Yes. So we might try that black noodle today. Let's see.
So we are ordering one shrimp cutlet, one fish cutlet with buckwheat noodles, the black one, and one potato crowfit. So its total is 29,900 yen. So we have no idea where to start, but let's start.
I'll start with this Neo noodles. Let's see how to eat. This is cold.
So we just had our lunch in this restaurant.
It was oishi.
Yeah, it was so good and we are so full because it was like a huge platter kind of thing, like Korean thali, and I just ordered a side dish of potato, which was totally unnecessary.
I told her not to order anything else because it was too thali we are ordering. So yeah, now we both are full.
So before lunch, our head was spinning because we're hungry, and right now our heads are spinning because we're so full.
Yeah.
But the restaurant needs to be mentioned, though we don't know the name of the restaurant, but it's just near village.
From Hanok village, if you going to Cheonggong Palace, I'm again butchering the name. So if you're going to that place by walk,
You will see it.
Yeah.
So you can definitely
Must
come
try.
here. Yeah.
luckily this palace is open today. Cheongbukong Palace. The timing is morning 9 to evening 5. The ticket price for this palace is 3,000 won. We used our T-money card to enter this palace.
Like that tap on top of bus transit card.
Yeah, that works everywhere the same way we used Suica card in Japan. The same thing. Hanbok traditional wear. People are wearing that and going inside the palace. Even the Hancock. What is that? Hanbok.
Hanbok.
Hanbok, the traditional wear for men also.
So right now we are at Cheongbukong Palace, which was used as a secondary palace to Gyeongbokgung Palace for 200 years until the Japanese invasion in the 16th century, when all the palaces were burnt down, and this was the first palace to be reconstructed and was used as the Gyeongbokgung Palace substitute for 250 years.
One more update. This was built by King Sejong.
The Joseon dynasty has 5 grand palaces in Seoul, and arguably the Gyeongbokgung Palace is the largest and the most beautiful one, whereas the Cheongbokgung was the main palace where most of the rulers and the kings of the Joseon dynasty used to live here and used to carry out their daily life.
The main entrance has 3,000 won entrance fee. Again, for the secret garden, they have separate entrance fee for 5,000. So we are not going in.
Not sure where we are, but whatever it is, it's not the secret garden.
Yeah, the secret garden has secret price.
The architecture, the painting is so beautifully restored, even if this palace was once burned down.
So that N tower, it's like CN tower. Everywhere you will see that.
So this palace is actually huge.
Very huge. I'm not so sure what will happen in Gyeongbokgung Palace. Although you have already watched
Yeah,
it
you
because
have
our
already
future
watched it.
presence is already there. So
So this is huge. But we are dying in this scorching heat today. Very bad day to come to
30
palace hopping.
degree.
It's 30 degrees and I'm feeling like I'm directly close to the pole. It's directly burning through my skin. Anyways, moral of the story, it's a huge palace. So be hydrated and take your time, around 2 hours to complete the entire thing. Not sure how long is the secret garden. But apart from that, the Cheongbokgung, it's huge and it's beautiful.
yep. And all the K-drama fans, this is heaven for you. Most of the K-drama has been shot in this places.
Not mostly it's in the Gyeongbokgung Palace, but here also a few.
Anyway, so that's that.
Thank you so much everyone for watching this video till this end, and if you have liked this series and are enjoying our soulful videos, do subscribe and share this with your friends and family.
And please press the like button and the bell icon to get further notification of a whole world travel series. Till then,
Follow them, friends.
in Korea, in Seoul. Let's go.
Soulful Korea.
She will tell all this nonsense joke from now on till all the Seoul series.
Till my soul is filled with soulful things, I am in soul to do all the
Soul sucking thing. Let's go. Go, Munni.
So we are back at the Gyeongbokgung Palace to show Gyeonggi Dynasty, out of which one, which will, it's also known as Gyeongbokgung only, not Gyeongbokgung only. After effects of the hyperlapse and scorching heat.
Make video, they said. They said so many things. Hot, they didn't say.
And his Admiral E.
That's why you're seeing all this Tam Jam. It also has all this Hancock.
And just like the Gyeongbuchang, ki naam chila? Gyeong and Chang
Ganggung.
and the Chang ki naam hota hai? Surrounded by the Byong
Gyeongbokgung.
and the Cheong